Hello Facebook people, I'm Konstantinos and today we're going to talk about people copying competition and why they fail when they do it. You know, this is a common practice. A lot of people do it and most of the times it's failing, and I will tell you why. People are going to the ad library and they see competition and they try to copy their ads, and when they copy the ads they see that it's not working, but they never understand why. Let's face it, 97% of the ads are gonna fail just because they're not gonna be good enough to start giving you sales, leads, or whatever you need. What if I told you that I have an app which is actually grading everything before you ever test it? You are increasing the chances of actually finding a winner. You are improving it and you are even enhancing it in a way that you can create better creatives in a very cost-efficient way. This is an app that I have built. I have calibrated with a lot of my friends, e-commerce store owners, agency owners, other freelancers, running multiple ad accounts, collectively more than 25 billion. This is what I calculated all of these years, scraping the ad library and finding creatives that they have actually worked for businesses so that we can be able to do good grading, which is not gonna fail, and grading that's gonna be really constructive criticism and maybe a roast if your ad is completely bad. The name of the app is adroast.ai. You can click the link below so that you can go and you can check it. I see people saying I just have only one competitor, and then they show me their website and all of that, but people don't understand, and owners mostly, that it's direct competition and indirect competition. What I'm trying to say is this. Let's say, for example, that you're selling this pen.
Sell me this pen.
And let's say that you're the only one that you're selling pens and someone else is also selling pens on the same quality, okay? We're not talking about the simple ones, that it's just another niche for someone who's gonna write something like this. Let's say that these are called calligraphy pens, for example, and there are specific pens. And it's only you and someone else who is doing it. This is direct competition. What is indirect competition? Indirect competition is if someone is selling something different, which is in the same price range, but someone is gonna buy either this calligraphy pen because it's his hobby, or he's gonna buy, for example, a fishing rod because his hobby is also going for fishing and he doesn't have the money to buy both. A lot of times we hear about inflation and that the economy is not doing so well. Why are we being affected by that? We're being affected because maybe in a list of 10 things, we are number 3, number 5, number 10, and maybe not number 1 for people as a priority to buy. And this number is gonna change based on the behavior of the people, what they like most and what they like the least. If we're having a very good economy and people have money, they will buy all the 10 things. The less better economy we have, a war, inflation and all of that, they will buy less things. So we have the indirect competition. It's not like that people are not gonna buy this item, but it's not in their priority. So maybe they will buy something else. The same thing is happening, for example, with t-shirts. The average man or woman, they like 20 t-shirts, for example. It's about luck or maybe Meta deciding who is gonna go and who is gonna buy this t-shirt, because Meta knows that they're gonna like this, and this. So out of the 10 t-shirts, the ones that someone is gonna be served first, these are the ones that they're gonna buy. This is indirect competition. It's not that your product is not selling, it's that this person that was gonna buy has been served another t-shirt that he bought earlier than yours, or he didn't like your t-shirt as much as he would like another one, and he doesn't have money to buy both. So now you understand direct and indirect competition. But let's talk a little bit about funnels, because this is where it breaks. Most of the people go, and I know because I'm trying to do this now with AdRoast, and I'm trying to put inside buttons that you're gonna go and you're gonna just, it's gonna find immediately your competition and show you what kind of ads they do and all of that. But I do realize that maybe I'm not gonna do it, because people, they just think that if they just copy someone, the creatives, they are gonna be successful, and they don't understand that these creatives take you to a place, to a landing page where there is a funnel. If you don't follow the funnel, then you have a problem. This is not gonna happen obviously on clothing, because there's not a funnel in clothing unless if we're talking about something super specific. But there are things, let's say for example for AdRoast now, selling an app Okay, selling an app means that if you're seeing a creative that is working, you have to also study where this creative is taking people to and why it's converting. So, you copied the creatives, you have seen what is working for someone else. Have you studied the funnel? Go to the funnel, go and see. They are taking them to this landing page that is doing this and this and this. This is why people convert. The ads are having two different categories. It's the category that's going to trigger you, so you're going to convert in the funnel, and it's the category that's going to convince you on the ad to buy. This is the most rare case, obviously, and it's not happening always. Triggering you in a specific way and then sending you in a funnel makes sense, and it's like as if you have a chain. You need all the links in order for you to have a complete chain. So in your case, if you're just copying the creatives without understanding where they take you in the funnel, then you're just doing half of the job, and maybe this is why you're not successful with it. Last but not least, I would like you to think before you do something. Just because you copy something, it doesn't mean that success is out there. For example, if you copy a fashion brand and you copy, let's say that I am the model, let's pretend that can happen, and I'm wearing a t-shirt, for example, okay? And on the other hand, I could be a model for a company that sells to fat people, let's say. So let's say that I'm the model. Just because you copied me with your own t-shirt that has its own design and all of that, it doesn't mean that it's gonna sell. You have to understand that over there, what is selling is the design, the actual t-shirt, not the ad. So you have to put some thought behind what you're doing. If you're selling a product which is a SaaS product or an info product, maybe you need to check the funnel and why it's converting in a good cooperation with the ad. If you're selling something else, maybe it's only the ad, and you're right that you're copying only the ad. If you're selling something else, the ad is not relevant and the design is relevant, and so on and so on. Now, if you really want to know what big brands are doing, I have done this video over here where I'm analyzing True Classic, and other videos where I'm analyzing other brands, and you can check it and understand how deep their thinking goes to every marketing step that they do.